just live videos because it is already not working really well. You always need to have some motion graphics and typography in your videos to grab attention and just be a bit different from your competitors. So depending on your goals and of course on your target audience, the format could be, you can choose differently because, for example, last time I said that animated videos are not working really good for seniors because they don't really understand it. They see it like maybe a cartoon more than let's say a commercial video. But in opposite to this, youth are like and really adore animated videos. So if your target audience are youth people, you can always consider having animated videos, especially with cute characters in it. Working many years actually in this industry shows me that, for example, promo videos, which you're using for social media or for any other platform, need to be in hybrid format because in any case, the lives and motion graphics together are grabbing clients' attention very much, especially if you are using like big text, fast movements, and these kind of things to psychologically affect to your client's attention. And I want to say that one of the, let's say, popular types nowadays are explainer videos. They are helping a lot of clients to explain their most complicated ideas. No matter in which industry you are, you can always consider having explainer videos, especially on your website, because those people, your visitors, when they are entering to your website, is the best way to have full understanding of who you are, what you are creating, how you will help your clients, what's the problem that you're giving a solution, and don't, let's say, force them to read all this long text on your website to understand about your product. Explainers can be in different formats, so we can choose animated, we can choose live action, no matter. But when we are choosing animated explainers, it's giving us the endless possibilities to create whatever we want. Even if your product is not ready, we can create the animated version of it and show clients what they can get whenever your product is ready. I talked a bit about promo videos, but I want to also add that they need to be so short, easy to understand, and just catch the eye. Especially for social media channels, 15-second videos are working the best. There is also another type, demo videos, for example, which are helping you to demonstrate your product in action. So whenever you have, let's say, a physical product, it's good to shoot a live video of your physical product, show how it works. Whenever it's a platform, for example, you can create a motion graphics version of it and show how your platform is actually working. These demo videos are helping you to get more trust from your customers because they don't see your product in action, so they can't trust it. But whenever they see it, how it works, they get more trust, so are most likely to buy it. It's the same thing when you are shopping online. Whenever you see someone wearing that t-shirt, for example, most likely they see how it will look like on them as well and could buy it. But whenever I'm just seeing that there is no demonstration of a product, I can't trust it to buy it. The last the type for today I want to talk is the testimonial videos, which are really good, especially when you want to show your potential clients what your current clients are thinking about your video, about your service and product. So it's not necessarily to have testimonials on the interview style. You can have just the recording of your client's voice and then create the animation version of it. So you can be very creative on this. This could help you to make your potential customers trust whatever they heard about your current clients. And whatever type you choose, just remember that social media videos also are the best one to always consider. All these stories, reels, TikTok videos, everything. We call it actually also bite-sized videos because they are short and they are very appealing and could grab attention of your clients and be interested, just engage with your content. So whenever and whatever product you choose, just always choose that specific type which will lead you to your goal, to achieving your goal. Never create, for example, tutorial videos if you want to do a promo. Like, don't show what features you have if clients never heard about you. It's the first time they are hearing about you. And the last thing I want to talk about today is the timeline. So whenever you have already all your social video marketing strategy ready, you always need to also consider about timeline, because video production is a huge work, starting from pre-production, production, and post-production. So you need to maybe consult with your production company, with your in-house team, to understand how long will each video creation will took for yourself, just so you can create later a really good video marketing calendar and understand that this video need to be posted in today, for example, and in this timeline. So it's so important to also consider the timeline.
I guess that's where strategy is quite important. So when we go back to part one, we talked about obviously planning ahead with the type of creative. And I totally agree with everything Anusha just said. We see how businesses are adapting online post-pandemic. Also, businesses have had to move all their stores online. You look at how well Amazon are doing, and a lot of businesses trying to mirror that in terms of having those product-based videos to adapt and convert. So this is why it's important to consider. Anyone who's listening to this podcast right now, watching us on YouTube, the two elements that we talked about across part one and part two is quite key, because there's so many different facets to strategy. When you've got your overarching strategy, as we discussed in part one, you've got to start breaking it down to different segments, and they all integrate. And the data and the measurements you get back from that, as we've broken down and discussed throughout both talks, is really, really key to help you understand and how to react and adapt that strategy. If you know you're driving people to site and the videos working on social, but they're not converting, they need to look at, well, how do I need to translate that video to, video ideas? If people aren't understanding your brand and not getting to your site, they need to go back to using stuff like the Garter model, understanding, right, what is the messaging and how do we tell a story and take people through? If we go back to part one, we talked a lot about obviously difference and the importance of strategy. And the importance of strategy is helping you understand as a business, no matter how large or small you are, whatever industry, or whether you're B2B or B2C, is helping you understand how to adapt and improve your strategy, because the consumer mindset has changed in the last 12 months significantly, and it's changed forever. Some of those elements will come back, but businesses are adapting within AI and technology to improve their online performance of their site, whether they're e-commerce or looking at new ways to adapt to reach other businesses. We do a lot of our communication through video now. We know that a lot of actual employees won't be going back to offices. So the general landscape has changed significantly. And that's adapting how businesses run and operate. And if your business is adapting at that level, it has to adapt its marketing strategy. And the only way to do that is by listening to the last two episodes, including this one we've done. Take the notes that we've discussed, follow the procedure. Remember, it's not an exact science. You might come up with a strategy and take on the notes and the models that we've discussed, but bear in mind that unless you analyze what you're doing and monitoring at different steps, you're not going to know where you went right or where things might have gone wrong to be able to go back to a particular point and say, right, we need to test this audience in two different ways. That's too broad. For example, we need to start breaking it down a bit more granular and create more granular content and storytelling for them. I think that kind of summarizes everything we've discussed. We have discussed a lot. I hope everybody listening has found that really, really valuable. Obviously, as I always do, thank you to obviously Claire and Anush, experts in their field. Do follow Clara and Anush on LinkedIn. They're always saying great content and video content in terms of educational, and do hit up Trio Media on TikTok if you haven't already. You can find all our previous recordings on www.bobblepod.co.uk, and We're excited for our next podcast because we have our first guest host to join us, and we've got a lot of guest hosts joining us for the rest of the year, which is going to really spice and improve things up. And yes, again, thank you for all our listeners. We hope you found this 2-part exercise very informing, and we look forward to bringing you some more great, valuable educational content in the future. So just for myself, thank you for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, and see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.